WHGE 95.3 FM. Coming up, the Open Eye. Get them started.
Those of us that indulge in or commit intellectual violence don't do so for the pleasure of mental masturbation or ego diddling. We do so because the chains of oppression on our people's minds are deep and difficult to remove.
Good morning, my children of the sun. Welcome to the Open Eye on WHGE 95.3 FM. I'm your host, Third Eye Optometrist Patrice Gibbs, here to enlighten you, open your third eye. Yes, indeed. And as we always start off, every generation has its purpose. Ours is to reveal the truth and reverse the brainwashing. All right. Sorry I'm a little late, but I'm here. And I got, as my co-host used to say, I got too many jobs. Today, at noon, the 28th Annual African American Family Festival, right here in Wilmington, Delaware, at Kirkwood Park, at 11th and Kirkwood Streets. The theme, we need unity in the community. So come together, people of African descent. That's today at noon, Kirkwood Park, 11th and Kirkwood Streets. All right, all right. Oh, let me do my thing here. Wait a minute. There it is. Get my disclaimer out the way. All right.
The views and opinions expressed on the Open Eye are those of the hosts, guests, and contributors, and do not reflect the policy or position of WHGE 95.3 FM nor
WHGE 95.3 FM. All right, what we got here? All right. Let's start right here. Let's start with a pioneer. All right. I'm going to tell you about the epic battle that redefined music history. Okay. How Stevie Wonder broke free from Motown's chains and revolutionized music history. Stevie Wonder's journey from a child prodigy to a music legend wasn't just about talent and hits. It was also a battle for creative control and independence. Signed to Motown Records at just 11 years old, Stevie was initially marketed as Little Stevie Wonder. And while he quickly rose to fame with hits like Fingertips, the label's tight control over his artists meant that Stevie had little say in his music. Motown, led by Berry Gordy, was known for its assembly line approach, dictating everything from sound to finances. As Stevie grew, so did his desire to break free from Motown's constraints. By the late 1960s, Stevie began to feel stifling effects of the label's rigid system. His music was evolving, deeply influenced by the social and political changes of the time, and he was ready to push boundaries. When his contract expired in 1971, Stevie made a bold move. He refused to renew it unless he was granted full creative control, an unprecedented demand at the time. Wonder's fierce determination and belief in his vision led to tense negotiations. But he was prepared to walk away if Motown didn't meet his terms. His courage paid off, and he secured a groundbreaking contract that gave him full control over his music, production, and publishing rights. This victory marked the start of Stevie's legendary classic period, producing iconic albums like Music of My Mind, Talking Book, and Inner Visions. With hits like Superstition and Living for the City, Stevie wasn't just making music, he was crafting powerful statements that spoke to the spirit of the times. Breaking free from Motown didn't just change Stevie's life, it reshaped the music industry. He proved that artists could demand creative freedom and still achieve massive success. Stevie's battle set the stage for future generations of musicians to take control of their art and career. Today, he's celebrated not just as a musical genius, but as a trailblazer who fought for artistic integrity. In a full circle, Stevie now runs his own label, So What the Fuss Records, distributed by Republic Records under Universal Music Group. This move allows him to maintain complete creative control, showing once again that independence is the key to his enduring legacy. Stevie Wonder's story is a powerful reminder of the importance of believing in your vision and fighting for the freedom to express it. His journey from Motown's prodigy to a master of his destiny stands as a testament to the power of artistic freedom. Stevie Wonder. WHGE 95.3 FM, The Open Eye. WHGE 95.3 FM, The Open Eye. All right. You know, it's something, there is a difference, a big difference, between religion and spirituality. Let's compare one religion to African spirituality. Specifically, how women are treated, or how women are viewed by religion versus spirituality. In African spirituality, the woman is worthy of the throne. In the Christian religion, the woman is unworthy of leadership. In African spirituality, the woman is actually part of the Trinity. In the Christian religion, the woman is subjective to man. In African spirituality, the woman is taught her womb is sacred. In the Christian religion, the woman is taught her womb pain is cursed. In African spirituality, the woman symbolizes justice. In the Christian religion, the woman symbolizes the fall of man. In African spirituality, the woman is called virgin when giving birth. In the Christian religion, the woman is called virgin until penetrated. Okay? In African spirituality, the woman is a goddess. In the Christian religion, the woman is the cause of death and sin. It makes you wonder, how in the hell could you remain in a religion? You know, one of the things that often comes up when people mention the terrorists, the KKK, is you have these white supremacists that want to compare the KKK to the Black Panther Party. First of all, the Black Panther Party didn't go around murdering and terrorizing people, in spite of what the white supremacists false history were teaching. Just to give you an idea of what the Black Panthers were about. They weren't just a radical group out talking smack. In January 1969, the free breakfast for school children program was initiated at St. Augustine's Church in Oakland by the Black Panther Party. The Panthers would cook and serve food to the poor inner city youth of the area. Initially run out of St. Augustine's Church in Oakland, the program became so popular that by the end of the year, the Panthers set up kitchens in cities across the nation, feeding over 10,000 children every day before they went to school. Eventually, the schools would pick that up and begin feeding the children, and then the right wing would get in power. Okay, and if you were in debt with your lunch money or your lunch payments, they'd let you go hungry. How dare you compare that to the humanity of the Black Panthers? Hey, y'all remember when white supremacists used the Asians to get the Supreme Court to end affirmative action in colleges? I remember this dude. He was in California in I think it was in the 80s or 90s, you know, and he was a black man, a black Republican, Negropean, and he was on the old Chris Rock show. And Chris Rock asked him, what happened in your life that you feel the need to defend the rights of white people? So I asked the Asians, what happened in your life that you feel the need to defend the rights of white people? Oh, you thought you were defending your own rights and that they were on your side, huh? Yeah. Took it all the way to the Supreme Court and got affirmative action in colleges struck down. Did you forget that you were beneficiaries of affirmative action? Well, I'd be damned if they didn't remind you, did they? Princeton and Yale, Ivy League schools, yeah. There you have seen a dip in the share of Asian American freshmen. Princeton and Yale University have reported declines in the percentage of Asian American students in their freshman class. And it's the first students selected by the schools after the U.S. Supreme Court said race could no longer be used in making admission decisions at Yale. Okay. The share of freshman Asian American students dropped to 24% from 30% just a year ago. While in Princeton, it posted a smaller decline, dipping to about 2 percentage points. Okay. Now, the first year, black students held steady for both Ivy League schools, accounting for the 14% of Yale's incoming class and 9% of Princeton. Okay. Remember, the high court ruling application reviewers didn't have access to self-identify race and or ethnicity data for applicants and admission officers involved in selection. Didn't have access to aggregate data on the racial or ethnic composition of the pool of applicants or admitted students. The point is, the enrollments dropped in the most lauded institutions by Asian Americans, while they remain steady for African Americans, based on academic ability. Yeah. How you like that? You let them white supremacists use your dumb ass, and now these schools are locking the doors on you. WHGE 95.3 FM, the Open Eye. I'm Patrice Gibbs, your third eye optometrist. You know, they just can't stop. They just can't stop. It's just in them. They just can't stop. They can't let it go. What am I talking about? The racism. It's just in them. You know, they're so deeply indoctrinated that they just keep right on doing racist crap. In 2024, you'd think we wouldn't have to tell people blackface is just plain racist. But unfortunately for two white students in Utah, they're learning the hard way. Parents of students at Pine View High School in Utah are rightfully outraged after two students were reportedly awarded a school spirit prize for their off-the-wall get-up during a school football game. According to ABC4, the theme of the Friday night game was blackout, referring to one of the school's colors, maroon, silver, and black. They got an award for this crap they did. The high school boys showed up and out for the game, dressed in black t-shirts, black shorts, black ski masks, and most notably, blackface. Yeah, you heard that right. What's even more shocking is it wasn't until several parents got involved that the school even saw an issue with it. One black parent, Edward Wright, said, instead of there being consequences in education given at the moment about how wrong it was celebrated. After winning their awards, the boys posed for a picture with the school's cheerleading team, which was even posted on the school website. Since then, of course, the picture has been taken down. It was posted on the school website. They were awarded for wearing blackface. School didn't have it. Not only did they not have an issue with it, like I said, like I quoted Mr. Edward Wright, one black parent at the school, they were celebrated. Mr. Wright continued to say his issue isn't even with the young boys. Instead, the father said an adult should have corrected them. You could have tapped these young men on the shoulder, whispered in their ear, and let these young men know the significance of this, Mr. Wright said. If my daughter is old enough to experience racism, your kid is old enough to learn about it. There's no way no one at the school failed to understand the racist significance of blackface. But Rice said, even if this was the case, that doesn't make it right. Ignorance has consequences. A spokesperson for Salt Lake City's NAACP branch wrote in response, "It is a time for education to the entire school and the cheer coach. We, the NAACP, ask that Superintendent Richard Holmes use this egregious act to educate his district about racism and blackface." The Weber County School District said in a statement, "Where our staff go through hours of training to prevent bullying, harassment, and create a safe environment for all students, we recognize that we must do more so every student feels safe and valued in our schools." And continue, "We are committed to an ongoing process of improvement. This is something that we have continuously done and will continue to do to help our students feel safe." BS. Biscuit sauce, I'm on the air. I didn't say it out. You knew what they were doing, and you didn't have a problem with it. Not only did you not have a problem with it, you rewarded them for doing it. With a good job, a pat on the shoulder, and a little certificate or trophy. Just can't stop. And I don't care to what level you get. Okay? That's in you. That's why the KKK wear hoods. So you don't recognize them from their day job. Like Kathleen Ryan, a racist suburban Detroit judge who was recorded making homophobic and anti-black remarks. She was ultimately removed from her docket because of it. She had phone conversations that were secretly recorded by the course administrator, who was deeply disturbed by her comments. Oakland County Probate Court Administrator Edward Hutton explained to WHGE TV the reason he wanted to expose Ryan. "I just want to make it right. I haven't filed a lawsuit. I'm not looking for a payday." Hutton also hopes his actions will keep the court intact. "I want to keep my job and do it in peace. And I want the people in Oakland County that come to court to get a fair shake, to have their day in court, to have an unbiased trial of fact." There are a total of 6 recordings. On one, Ryan made an anti-gay remark about Oakland County Executive David Coulter, who is gay. Right? And she can be heard telling him to put that in your effing ass and stuff it. Ryan also said that Coulter was more concerned about effing AIDS vaccinations. Right? She also disparaged black people from the United States by saying, if you're an American black person, then you're an effing lazy piece of. And she didn't stop there. This is a judge. And she stated, "I said before, I was not racist before. I am now. I really effing am now. And I can honestly say that. Okay, I'm not systemically racist, but I'm a new racist. Now, you've been a racist ass all your goddamn life." And she's been a judge in Oakland since 2010 and ran unopposed in 2022. She was removed from her docket on August 27 for unspecified misconduct. In Michigan, it is illegal to record phone calls if one party consents. And she was removed from the bench, and rightfully so. But what needs to happen now is you have to take a look at all the cases that she presided over, because you know if there was a black person involved, And she said black people are a piece of ish. And she claims she's not systemically racist. The biggest crock I ever heard. So all her cases need to be reviewed. And see how she ruled when it was a black person involved. Because you can believe that her racism was the deciding factor. WHGE 95.3 FM, The Open Eye. You know, it's something how people continue to vote against their own interests. You know, the right is still pushing conservatives, right-wing, Republican, whatever you want to call them. They're still pushing trickle-down economics. Since Ronald Reagan made roast in hell and made a devil sodomizing with a pitchfork, they're still pushing it. And once you realize that trickle-down economics does not work, you will see the excessive tax cuts for the rich as what they are. It's a simple upward redistribution of income, rather than a way to make us all richer, as we were told. It's class warfare, piracy, as they steal income from the working class. Continue to vote against your own interests. You know what? It's from Andrew Sullivan. Andrew Sullivan said there's effectively no Republican Party anymore. There's a radical movement to destroy the modern American state and eviscerate its institutions in favor of restoring a mythical Elysian majority white 19th century past. Mythical past that never existed. Now, it's something I've watched, you know, what's going on and what happened. And I saw a reporter ask Trump about what he would do about the expense of child care for working people. His response was so irrelevant to the question that I had to wonder what the hell is wrong with the reporter. Why didn't this reporter say, hey, wait a minute, what was that? Okay? And we had this admission from Mike Barnacle, a reporter. And what he said is, with Trump, we have a damaged, delusional old man who might again get reelected to the presidency. Yet the things that he posts on Truth Social media, and what have you, you can't even repeat that mess on American television. You wouldn't repeat what he said in front of your children. And the fact that the press let him get away with saying this crap, what we got here, because there's a false equivalency in the media coverage. Trump can say whatever crazy crap he wants about sharks and submarines and electric batteries. And the media doesn't say Trump is out of his mind. That needs to be the story. Yeah, everything Kamala Harris says is scrutinized. The press doesn't cover the man for how dangerous he is to the American people. They don't even cover it. Now this white dude comes out and says, and you know where he was aiming it, right? Came out and said, people that are on government assistance should not be allowed to vote. That would put a stop to a lot of these dumbasses getting in office. And he was aiming at black people, you know that, because their mindset is that, you know, anybody on government assistance, to them the face of the poor is black. But the reality is, the majority of people on government assistance are white. People that are government assistance should not be allowed to vote. That would stop a lot of putting these dumbasses in office. Yeah. Like I said, the vast majority of people on government assistance are white people. And maybe a lot of them shouldn't be allowed to vote. That's how you get Marjorie Taylor Greene, J.D. Vance in the orange disaster. These dumbass people putting dumbass politicians in office, voting against their own dumbass interests. And the press, instead of recognizing that, they are asking right now, is this what's become normal? You asking if what we are dealing with now has become normal? Okay. Got this from this brother, damn, I forgot his name. There's a brother on TikTok that really kicked this. Is what we're dealing with now normal? No. There's nothing normal about this. Not a single thing. See, the thing is, we normalize so much crap that we think that this is normal. There's nothing normal about a convicted criminal felon who stole classified documents and money from kids with cancer, having the support of Christians and evangelicals, and even having a slither of a chance of getting that job back. There's nothing normal about a dude that's found liable for sexual assault having the chance to make more decisions over women's lives, especially after he took away women's rights. There's nothing normal about a dude who was so bad at the job that 1 million people lost their lives. There's nothing normal about someone that incompetent having any chance of getting that job back. There's nothing normal about a dude with 34 felony counts convicted with more coming, having a chance to get the job back. You can't even vote with 1 felony. You can't work in McDonald's with 34 felonies. And you sure as hell can't work at McDonald's, get fired from McDonald's, and then send some people to go F up McDonald's and destroy the McDonald's, and then try to get the job back at the same goddamn McDonald's. Are you kidding? Having a chance to get your job back where you send people to the Capitol to hunt down your co-workers. That's not normal. It's not normal for us to think that this dude who used to be a game show host, and a piss poor one at that, to have a chance to get that job back. It would be more normal if Kamala Harris is going up against a pet rock. That would be way more normal than what we're dealing with now. I mean, you know, just compare what the two candidates for president have factually done. Okay? There's a long list of accomplishments for both. But Trump's list is a list of things about his criminality. And everything each candidate has done can be easily fact-checked. Do so. WHGE 95.3 FM, the Open Eye.
But the aim ain't steady. Hit the wrong run, someone innocent son. Lions full of food, got buried. I recognize the pain in my city. Don't you know a lot of love in our city? Yeah, we need a change in our city. Because violence taking over our city. Ain't nothing pretty, but we gotta get to the nitty. Look where around start, take it, they get gritty. Design a plan to prevent the sport. All used to the light, snatching from the door. Proper representation, elimination, implication. The community destroyed by the story communication. Backpedal and never settle and shoot, no hesitation. Liquor store on every corner in every ghetto in this nation. Facing the fact is face is really racist. Making dirty moves on all levels and high places. Get that, flip that, tip that. Yeah, you know what that. Gunpowder, white power, do black lives matter. 22nd century, right now we live in history. Open your eyes, visualize and stay mentally. When you want to fact track, I hope they mention me. Delaware, Hellaware, and we known everywhere. Bad news, good news, don't matter, cause we never lose. We make an opportunity through all the difficulties. Yeah.
We make an opportunity. The words of my friend, brother Nosaroma, from the hit song My City. Yes, the WHGE 95.3 FM, the Open Eye. You know, it's something with the latest murder by the police. Get the same reaction. Tell the police to stop killing black people. And a lot of these cops want to come up with the blue flu. Okay? Tell them to stop killing black people. And they threaten to stop working. So how can you tell me that in their mind their job isn't killing black people? They think that's their job, because if you ask them to stop, they want to quit. You talk about violence. Yeah, in America, there's over 400 years of documented torture, rape, murder, terrorism committed by Caucasians. Yet blacks are labeled as having violent tendencies. You know? School year starting. Yeah. School year starting. And with the start of the school year, what do we get? School shootings. It's become our norm. Okay? In Georgia, at Appalachian High School in northern Georgia, new details are emerging about the 14-year-old student accused of killing 4 people and wounding 9 others, including what investigators learned when they interviewed the suspect last year. As new information comes out about the suspect, Colt Gray, officials continue to investigate how the team obtained the gun he used in the attack and what led up to the latest shooting. The suspect has been charged with 4 counts of felony murder. And District Attorney Brad Smith, whose district includes the Barrow County High School, said Friday that more charges are expected to be filed. The Georgia Bureau of Investigation announced Thursday evening that the suspect's father, 54-year-old Colin Gray, was arrested on murder charges in connection with the shooting. He was taken into custody on 2 counts of second-degree murder, 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter, and 8 counts of cruelty to children. Why? Now, more than a year ago, tips about online posts threatening a school shooting led Georgia police to interview a 13-year-old boy. But the investigators didn't have enough evidence for the arrest. So they said. On Wednesday, that same boy opened fire at his high school in North Georgia. Now the thing is, this young man has been in trouble and been a problem for a couple of years. Okay? His father's response was to buy him an AK-47 or an AR-15. At any rate, that's why his father was arrested for buying this little monster a gun. Okay? Now, what the press is doing, let me tell you how slimy they are. CBS posted the story on their website. And what they did was, they used a photo of one of the black victims, one of the children that was murdered. A black child. And of course the headline, the headline, Georgia high school shooting. Yeah. Georgia high school shooting by a 14-year-old. We would get the impression that the child murdered was the one doing the shooting. Because you saw his picture there. And that's how slimy. And then later on, they came back and apologized. Oh, maybe we shouldn't have put that child's picture right under the headline. If you were going to show the victims of the shooting, you should show all of them. If you were going to do a headline, 14-year-old murders 4, injures 9, and then put that black child's picture, you're giving the impression that it was that black child that did that. Now, here's the thing with Colt Gray, the young white kid who did that shooting. Newsweek comes out with an article. Poor troubled youth shoots 4, injures 9. No. Here's the thing. We're having the wrong conversation. Here's the thing. Continue to advocate for sensible gun control measures by all means. And let me tell you something. Here's a conversation that needs to be had. This is from a sister who is a teacher, and she really kicked this. All right? And you look at this on Newsweek. This is what we do for white folks. New disturbing details revealed on Colton Gray's troubled life. Newsweek, let me talk about you and all the other media sources that's getting ready to humanize this young man who has had a string of disciplining issues. Now, his sister, who's a teacher, said she's speaking as a teacher. And she's tired of when something involves a black student, we're ready to throw the book at them. Black students could have a record of dropping a pencil on the ground, and now they got a reputation of being in trouble. And then one more thing happens, and they're carried away in handcuffs. This little monster, Colton Gray, actually had run-ins with law enforcement before he did this. He has a record of trouble. And instead of giving him interventions he needed, or the legal interventions he needed, his father bought him a gun, and people continued like he was still safe. And just the benefit of doubt that white people are given. White students, that's why I'm not up for it this morning. And this is what we do with our black children, are overly disciplined in these systems. Now, sorry. I see you, Brother Stephen. Like you said, even named him after a gun, Colt. These are the same people that go out and vote. The same people that judge black bodies every time they walk around, and they're given what an actual white killer the benefit of the doubt. And that's what he's being given. Here's his troubled life. Meanwhile, black kids put out a darkened image. Put out a darkened image and talk about all the trouble they got into and how the parents were negligent and how they should have known better. Now here we are and interviewing the parents who say, "Oh my God, I don't understand." It's our brother, Miss Bar. "Oh my God, I don't understand." No, You didn't understand. People are dead. And somebody needs to be held accountable for the whole damn thing with him. All right? I'm a little tired. The questions we need to start asking is, why is it that when somebody who commits a heinous crime is white, that they're humanized? Meanwhile, our black children are thrown absolutely under the bus for the smallest infraction. Yeah. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, this wasn't obviously a criminal. Are you kidding me? You remember when Trayvon Martin was shot? What was the media doing? Why was he walking that late at night with a hoodie on? Why was he in the neighborhood? Why was he this? Why was he that? Ahmaud Arbery. Why was he jogging? There's a whole bunch of baby black people walking with a target on their backs. Our black babies. And white people walking around with a bless their hearts on their back. We need to not just talk about gun issues. We need to talk about the fact that we continue to humanize white folk even after they do some of the most heinous acts. We need to talk about how the same people humanize these folks. The same people go to the polls. The same people hide on jobs. The same people that will judge your black body in a second. In a second. This does not bring any comfort to those families. When you're trying to humanize somebody who just slaughtered their loved ones. Where's the justice? That low-key, slick attempt at humanization is despicable and a slap in the face to everybody. It needs to stop. The facts need to be covered. We need to have some real discussions. I'm up for that, but I'm not up for this. Trouble youth my ass. WHGE 95.3 FM. Open eye. WHGE 95.3 FM. Nob and I. You know, it's nothing like us. Nothing like us. It's from Shahid King Bolton. The African American experience is literally not duplicated anywhere on earth in history. African Americans are a completely unique phenomenon as a people. They are culturally what their history is, what their experience is, and it isn't duplicated anywhere on earth. Here's the thing. African Americans don't know where they came from. You don't know what country you came from. You don't know what culture you came from. You don't know what language you came from. You don't know what your religion was before. And like I said, here's the thing. You're actually more American because you don't know any other identity. And before y'all jump up and I'm African, yeah, I understand that. You see me sitting here in my dashiki? Okay? You're actually your entire identity. Because so much was taken from us is American based. And that's not the case of anyone else. Oh yeah, you could jump up and say, I'm Irish American, I'm German American, I'm Italian American, I'm Jewish American. I'm this, that, the other. And we can say we're African American, but so many of us don't even know anything about Africa. You don't know which part of Africa you come from. Africans don't call themselves that because they know their tribe, they know their language, they know their region, they know their country, their nation. Same thing with European Americans. Mixing European, I'm not European. I'm specifically Irish and German. We can't say that specifically. As a black person, you are American. You're the original Americans. Everyone else is immigrants. You can't even call yourself an immigrant because we are the only people invited here. Yes, that invitation was dubious and came with a kidnapping. You know, it's something. After World War II, there were those that quietly criticized the American government. Okay? For basically rescuing some Germans. What they did was they took the German scientists and brought them here. See, this is what you do in a war. When you wage a war and win a war, you're not so much after the worker class to enslave or to make prisoner or to bring it to your own society for your benefit. When you wage war on a people and you kidnap their best and their brightest. You kidnap their doctors and their lawyers, their philosophers, their scientists, their teachers. Mm-hmm. And that's what was done during slavery. They did not kidnap slaves. They kidnapped doctors and lawyers, philosophers, architects, scientists. Mm-hmm. Originally American, more than anybody. And our culture is as close to being indigenous culture of America as it can be without being the actual indigenous people. And I say that for the pretendians who want to claim no connection to Africa. Of course we have connection to Africa. We're the indigenous people of the entity called America. Called the United States of America. Everything else came from elsewhere. Your culture is the only culture, the only one that came from right here. Because you were cut off from everything else. And we reinvented who we were. We are the most unique people in the world. No other culture has what we have. And you can't think of a people who were more held back, more deprived, more sabotaged than the African who is in America. They took everything away. I mean, we started in this country with less than zero, literally regarded and treated as subhuman, not allowed to even read or write or anything for hundreds of years. But you see, we come from a people of accomplishment. to a great degree. We're not a people of piracy, of theft, of appropriation. It's the European. We come from a people who created and built and developed in their own land. And even though white supremacy did everything they could possibly do to suppress us, to hold us down, to hold us back, you know what we are as African Americans? We are actually a global cultural superpower. You don't think so? I recently sent some friends a video of evidence of our global cultural superpower. Where you had a Chinese musician playing a traditional Chinese instrument, singing the blues in Chinese on a Chinese instrument, next to Buddy Guy, one of the greatest blues artists to ever come out of our country, that ever come out of our culture, to ever advance the culture that we created, that is the blues. We are a global cultural superpower. And any soft power that America has, it comes from us. What if? What if we realize what a precious commodity time really is and began to use it wisely? When we came to understand the ramifications behind the fact that African Americans were a nation, we would be the 10th richest nation in the world. What if? What if we got reparations? Would we know what to do with the money? What if we stopped studying our history as a yearly celebration of our struggle? What if we began to study our history from a sociological perspective and applied the theories and philosophies that made the ancient black man the progenitor of civilization? What if? What if we came to understand that the mind is the most powerful weapon we possess? And what if we began to fill that most powerful weapon with the ammunition of the knowledge of progressive revolution instead of wallowing in the ignorance of reactionary regression? What if? What if the coming generation can see the old guard leadership for what it is? Complacent, self-serving, more interested in quick fix glories instead of long-term solutions. What if we stop getting caught up in externals and realize baggy jeans and a tattoo will not make you thugged out if you're not a thug? A suit and tie won't gain you any mainstream acceptance at the bank if you can't verbalize the alpha and omegas of finance. And a trip to your local boutique will not make you black to the cause. What if? What if we all knew the powerful effect the black man has on the world? We're only 10% of the American population. Yet, we influence every facet of American culture. We don't just influence, we dominate every facet of American culture and life, from sports, entertainment, to technology, business, fashion, music, style, attitude, even language. It's commonplace for mainstream network reporters to use terms from hip-hop colloquialisms. Every facet. That's power. I'm just asking, what if? John, I see you. Andre, thanks for tuning in. All right. WHGE 95.3 FM, The Open Eye. As we always tell you, destiny determines who enters your life, but you decide who stays. Therefore, value those who value you and don't treat those as a priority who treat you as an option. This has been The Open Eye. Thanks for joining us. Come on out to the festival. WHGE 95.3 FM. I'm Patrice Gibbs. Like I always tell you, global African supremacy, because the world was a much better place when the black man ruled.